Hey everyone, this is a series called Old Games on Max Settings. Right now we are on high though, on CRYSIS, but today we're going to max it out. So what I'm going to do is go here, go to advanced. I'm going to set this to 8 times, which is going to fry my PC, and we're going to get it very high on everything. Just going to keep on setting everything to high, or very high. I'm going to try to make sure that motion blur is off because well, actually, I think it'll look really good for this low frame rate that we're about to get. Because I don't think this is going to run very well, so I'm going to set this on high. This might actually help. It definitely looks good. And there's no aliasing because of MSAA. I love MSAA. It looks amazing. There's no pixelation there. And the reflections are also really good. I am in a private multiplayer match just so I can show the details and what this game has to offer in terms of that. So let's go to the foliage. Boing. But, yeah, texture quality in terms of the trees, really nice actually. I really like how the god rays like go through the trees. It's really nice. But when you look, if it would ever load, we have a problem with loading. If we just turn off MSAA completely, it won't look much different. Since I'm pretty sure this game already has anti-aliasing applied to it, but you can change it to MSAA. Yeah, it doesn't look that much different, and you gain a ton more FPS than what you had previously. But you can see it's very shimmery over in the distance, like really shimmery. Even though it's at 1080p, it's still very shimmery. What I'm going to do is now lower the settings to prove my point. So if we go to just high, it won't look that much different from ultra, and you'll gain a ton more FPS. So I don't recommend playing this game with like low settings, but I don't recommend playing with ultra settings because it just lowers your FPS for no reason, and there's no reason to play it with very high unless you have like a really beefy PC. See, FPS are fine, and in my opinion, the shadows actually look better on high. But you can see that trees are going to be smaller, and some aren't. Some can be very big, like this one, this big beefy one. But textures still look good, and there's not really that much of a difference from high to very high. So there's no reason to play with very high. But if you, like I said, if you really want to max out your PC, you can. Definitely, because you probably have a better rig than I do. So yeah, this is fine. Obviously, it's not that bad. What I want to do, though, is just drive up this hill to the very forest areas and see what it can look from up top. So, like, right here will be good. And then we'll get out and jump up if I can. Oh, come on. Oh, come. No! Can you not get up there? I need to try. I need to try. It is a must that I try to do that. Okay. We got on that. Well, actually, I can just get on the hill. Okay. So here is the most forest that I can go without going into invisible walls. We got, like, really good forest, and it doesn't seem to drop our FPS. Which is insane, because in 2007, this was the most vegetation that anyone had ever seen in a game. In real life, obviously, you would have tons of grass, but for a game or for 3D movies, this was revolutionary for its time. And it doesn't look half bad even today, but the mountains do look really bad. Like, really bad, but then you have the grass, which just still looks great. You can easily change that, though, with the texture quality. I do recommend, if you have enough VRAM, to play this on very high settings. with the texture quality on very high, but everything else on high, it should be fine. And you have your mountains, don't look like a sack of fucking potatoes. But I think it's only the mountains that look like that. So if we go to this looks fine. The roads look fine. It's just the dookie ass mountains. What I've also noticed is that if you go to options and go to system, motion blur does drop your FPS a little bit, but also makes your lower FPS if you have like 30. It'll make it feel a little bit better and not look as janky. But without motion blur, it will run smoother. So if you are getting like 50 FPS, just disable motion blur and you should get like 60. You should have motion blur off even if you have 50 FPS though, so definitely keep it off. I'm gonna jump down here and die. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks still good, but on better maps it will also look way better, especially in the single player. There's one spot that I have covered previously in my benchmark of a laptop that looks incredible. The water effects I really like, especially in the sunset. So yeah, that's CRYSIS 1 on max settings. Really doesn't look that much different from high, as you can see. So, yeah. I recommend playing on high with very high textures. But if you are fancying some very high, it is possible. We are going to set post-processing to very high, everything on very high. I don't know why it keeps going to custom, but this should be fine. And it does look a lot better in some areas, and the sound quality especially, it doesn't really drop your FPS, and you should definitely run sound quality on high, very high. But honestly, the graphics don't look that much better, as I've said, on very high. But if you are fancying some very high settings, it is playable. So, play it. Play it if you wish. I just don't recommend it on my rig. On like a 4090 or even a lower end system like a 1650, you can play this game on very high, definitely. So, yeah. Bye.